Assalamu alaikum, my beloved students of class 5. You are the upcoming PSC candidate of 2020. Today I am going to teach you from chapter 8, Gender Equality, of lesson 3, which is about violence against women. By the way, I am your FT teacher from BGST subject. As you know from chapter 7, among the human rights, there is also right for security, there is also right for getting independence. So in this chapter we will go to know about the violence against women by violating those basic human rights. Today you are going to know about different types of violence against women, then the causes of this kind of violences against women. Then you are also going to know the recent scenario of violence against women in our country. The last topic will be the government's role to fight against this violence. Let's jump to this topic. Violence against women is a great violation of human rights. It can negatively affect the woman's general well-being, and beside this, it can also prevent a woman from fully participating in society. If this kind of violence against women continues, then we cannot make our progress towards equality, towards development, and also peace. Now, you are going to watch a video. So be ready, and this is from different language, so follow the subtitle.
Come ti chiami?
Pietro, Fulvio, Domenico,
Quanti anni hai?
11, 9 e mezzo, 7, 8,
Che vuoi fare da grande?
il pompiere, il cacciatore, il pasticcere, il poliziotto, il pizzaiolo.
Perché?
Perché voglio costruire la casa dei miei sogni. Perché mi piace inguagliare. Salvo le persone, che non piace la pizza.
E lei è Martina.
So here is a beautiful girl.
Una boccaccia. E ora dalle uno schiaffo. Uno schiaffo forte. Uno schiaffo. Dai. No?
No. No. Ce l'ho do. No. No.
No? E perché no?
Let's see what's the
Perché
answer.
lei è femmina. Non ce la posso mai dare. Perché le femmine non si picchiano. Perché così si fa male. E perché Gesù non vuole far picchiare? Prima cosa è bellina e non glielo posso dare. Perché è una ragazza. Perché sono contraria alla violenza. Si dice anche le donne non si devono toccare nemmeno con un fiore. E perché è brutto. Oppure con un mazzo di fiori. E perché sono uomo.
Did you enjoy the video? This video is not for only enjoyment, something for learning also. I guess you learned that violence against women is not acceptable. No means no. Let's jump towards next slide. In our country, not only in our country, but internationally, UN gave some policies to address gender equality. The aim for this policies is to acknowledge our women's right as basic human right. But unfortunately, class, you also know and I also know that women are often the victims of violence. And this kind of violence is also a violation of our human right. To solve this problem, Amnesty International come forward with a list where some incidents against women violation is listed. Here 3 incident is listed. One is acid attack. Next one is murder for failing to pay the dowry. Then last one is illegally giving punishment in the name of religion. Beside this, you can see a box. Yes, something is moving. So this is a survey report from UN Women where they reported that out of 3 women, 1 woman and girl experiences violence in their lifetime. Is this a good thing? No, of course not. Now I am going to describe about this incident broadly. Let's move. First one is acid attack. The most common reason for this kind of attack is out of revenge or out of jealousy or the refusal of marriage. It is an expression of control over our women and girls. This kind of acid attack was most broader, was more in number in our past times, but recently, unfortunately, in these days, when we open the newspaper, we do not get frequently the acid attack cases. And let's see a survey. Here you can see some boxes which are representing the number of persons convicted by acid violence. Here you can see in 2000 the number was 38 maybe, and in 2009 15 cases. This is a good thing that there is a decrease line, and with the time goes by till now 2020 this acid attack case is more declining because of enforcing our country's law more strictly. Now let's come to next incident. Murder for failing to pay the dowry. It is a brutal attack. In Bangladesh, in our locality, we address the dowry as pawn or jautuk. As boys and girls, in our many storybooks or in our many movies or in our television or in our newspaper, you get to know about the jautuk or dowry. Many of the recent cases show the result of increasing rate of dowry as a violence against our women. Our dowry system makes women into a burden on society. How this come? Because when the husband is demanding dowry, then the wife has to go to her father's home and she has to bring some money or some anything that the husband is demanding. So the girl become the burden for her father's family. This is not a good thing. Here I have included some survey report. In this report, 2014, the killed or suicide case was 173. In 2016, fortunately, there is a decreases 130. But again in 2017, unfortunately, there is also an increase in the rate, which is 155. So from this picture, you can understand we have to also work out on this problem. As in our country, there is an act for dowry, but the punishment or the law is not maybe practiced strictly. So in these days, this is become a concerning issue. Then the next and the last incident is illegally giving punishment in the name of religion. In our country, students, there are legal laws for punishment, as you know, and for punishment we go through the police or we go through the court system. But in many villages, the women are getting punishment by the personal punishment rules of the village people without using legal laws. And in many cases in our country, girls are not able to go out and make friends without the permission of their family. And do you know why the families is not permitting them to go outside? Because the family think that this may harm their reputation. Now listen, the girls who are listening to this lecture, Alhamdulillah, you are lucky to have supportive parents. Because you are getting permission for education, you can move around easily. Why I'm saying Alhamdulillah? Because for many girls in our country, sometimes they cannot receive proper education or work because of fear of violence, because the family member impose them the religion factor blindly, which is not a good thing. Because in our religion or in any religion, it is not said that the girls are not permitted for education, for getting education. So you can see from this incident that violence against women is getting more and more day by day. This is a scenario of violence against women and children. I have taken a survey report of October 2019 from a newspaper. So in the newspaper, I got to see a survey where 169 incidents in Bangladesh took place in family surrounding. So this is an alarming situation. And do you know, at the same time, this violence has been committed in workplace, in educational institution, and in some places in hotels, in public places, in public transportation like bus, train, and the church. Here is a circle. The most bigger portion is our Dhaka city. So this is indicating in our Dhaka cities, most of the violence against women case is occurred. We have to take precaution, we have to take steps against this kind of violence. Now something good to hear. What is the good news? Our government has come forward to take necessary steps against this violence. We have a dedicated Ministry of Women and Children's Affairs. The ministry is working for both the women and also the children. And this ministry is doing activities like protecting women's rights, and beside this, they also taking action against the violence of women and children. Some of the activities I have included here: medical treatment. One of the objective of National Women Policy. What is National Women Policy? In our country, in 2011, our government approved a policy which is named as National Women Development Policy. And in that policy, most of the issues, most of the objectives, and all of the planning are based on the development of our women. So from that policy, one of the medical treatment facility is to educate our women, is to train up our women to know about the nutrition, and also to increase a mother's capacity to work at workplace after the mother giving birth her child. The legal assistant. From previous slide, you get to know that the rate of acid attack is declining, and the main reason is that we have tough enacted laws to fight the crime. What is enacted? Enacted laws means active laws, which is practiced. And in 2002, the state enacted a law that threatened the death penalty for anyone convicted of an acid attack. Death penalty is the highest level of punishment for an offender. And in our country, the government luckily come forward to take this kind of step for the offender. So this is a good news, and because of this step, do you know what happened? The acid attack rate is much lower in these days. The victim of any kind of violence, especially the woman, can get the legal advice free of cost in conducting case against the offender. What does it mean? Do you understand? It means that suppose any victim, any woman, she became a victim. After that, she can get help from a lawyer. She can take legal advice without any free, without anything, without any charge. She will get the free legal advice in conducting case against the offender. And this thing is more beneficial to the poor woman. The last activity I have included counseling support. 109 is the national helpline for victim of violence in Bangladesh. So, do you want to call there? Yes, I would like to call there if I got to see anything like violence against women. This 109 is the national helpline for our women and children in Bangladesh to take action against the violence of women and children, like sexual or physical harassment or violence or cybercrime against the women or children marriage. This kind of thing, because of this issue, anyone can call to this number, and this number is supporting you without charging any fees. It means that there will be no call charge for calling there, and the line is totally for 24 hours, for 7 days, is totally open, so anyone can call at any time if anyone get to see anything like violence, and for counseling service or for getting any support, anyone can call there, especially for the violence against the women and children. And our government gave approval of a national women development policy in 2011. As I have already mentioned in medical treatment, one of the objectives of the policy. Beside this, as a citizen, as a person of this country, don't you think we have also to do something? It's not only our government's duty, it's not only our ministry's duty to come forward to take steps against the violence. As a person of the country, if you get to see anything bad happened around your surrounding, then you can call there, and there will be ringing as 24 hours service is available. Our society's attitude toward violence against women needs to be changed. Why? Because some of the person think that no, the victim is the responsible for. So our society's attitude toward violence against women needs to be changed. What kind of attitude? Like some of the person thinking is like that, if she is the victim, so she is also responsible for the incident to be happened. This kind of negative thinking should be changed. This is shameful. Don't you think? Yes, of course. I also think this is a shameful attitude. So then if we can change our attitude towards violence against women, then we can think of an ending of the violence against women of our country. A massive public awareness campaign. What kind of awareness campaign? Like we can make rally, or we can play a drama, or we can take seminars on this issue. And strict monitoring can also contribute to decrease the violence. If any kind of this incident happen anywhere, for example, in some areas there are surveillance camera, CC camera. So the victim can use the surveillance camera as at that time's specific video for the evidence. And another monitoring activities like the defense ministry or the helpline center can be used for strict monitoring. That's all from today's lecture. That's the end of the gender equality chapter. I hope you got to know many things from this chapter. Now let's go for homework. These are the question for homework. As a suggestion, I can give you an idea. At first, after listening the lecture, you can read the book for 2 times from 68 number page, and after that give you within few minutes some lines which are important from page 68. You have to memorize those lines, and after that you can come here and do this homework, so it will be easy for you. Now come to page 68. Underline this line. Amnesty International describes various incidents of violence against women such as acid attack, murder for failing to pay, and etc. etc. Then go to next para. This second para will be the answer of what are the causes of violence against women. And the last para, here there is a question already given. It will be the answer of the question, and the underlined answer, carefully see it. We have a dedicated Ministry of Women and Children's Affairs to combat violence against women and children by providing medical treatment, legal assistance, and counseling support. This line and the last line. In 2011, the government passed a national women development policy. Okay, these 2 lines from the last para. Thank you, class 5, for being good listener till now. Allah Hafiz.